Guest in the studio, Ura Alhaji, Yusuf Fofana, or a government spokesperson on social services. One of our coming sa anopay, ewo fidwemu meneno treating komo around job creation under the President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government, because prior to the 2020 elections and even prior to the 2016 elections, the NPP promised of creating a lot of jobs. Enyuma pi a timamufoɔ no ebetumi enya bi aye ankanka ne emabunu a wɔn ɛwɔ ɔman mu wɔn ebetumi enya adwuma ne bi aye na wɔn asetena mu etumi ayeyie ɛde ama wɔn. In the first tenure of a year mampanyin na Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo na mamuo no, I think that Odebabetu just said some 2 million jobs have been created. There were questions asked as to where the 2 million jobs were. Now, in 2020, the lead up to the 2020 presidential and parliamentary elections, the MPP promised again, said they'll continue creating jobs. And one of the things that Odebabetu said, we will create so many jobs that people will be imported from abroad to come and work in Ghana. And it was one of the statements that went rife. Kobe Biaze, Mampanyin, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and then I buy now a crowd. So, bet me a baby, Numa, I'm a Numano, a buso, I'm a Ghana Ghana form woman, no be Numani Biaya, or say a cramanfu from Manone, no more memo, Emma, Omo Ababiyejuma. Questions have been asked as to whether Sa promise here, Mampanyin, Edima, and as I promise here, government, Edima, whether government has been able to fulfill the promise. Bearing in mind, say, and as we speak now, unemployment rate is a mabunu womu anya mabunu womu womu dru womu panyin fie so betimi aye adwuma womu eni adwuma yo anase womu nya adwuma enyo no baby general according to the Ghana Statistical Service somewhere around 13%. Na if indeed say ebinu eka sampani ampa say aban no atimi abie nwuma, then why is it that we see the figures of unemployment rate going up? Alhaji Yusuf Fofana, my guest this morning. Also, we'll have a conversation around the presidential primaries at Bekoso on November 4th, 2023. Now, Enra, the aspirant, and I said the candidate, Omukoko balloting. Emma, and as we speak now, the 4 candidates. Our Janama delegate at home on 4th of November, no, baby, Obiada. The Akoswo with the special delegate conference, the Kosoma, a party, maybe no Ekokotua, about a sonne, so a candidate no enum. I ne akanai emomoko and somewhere about with the resignation of Ura Alan Kojo Martin, Ura Boachi Ejako, one also or two. The decision taken by the party no and yet adia ene embra wo mahihia na sense say yomre to ho somebody to abano kokromu enti enya dia wono obe compete to be either elected or otherwise as the 5th person obetimi adjoin the 4 nanka omayi womu no all these matters ensemo ebedi eho enkomo mamema Alhaji Yusuf Fofana akwaba Alhaji akwaba
na me say
kurukura mun kakra se muna mo aba nti muna betimi a kire de ekoso me giri se mpomboko de the radiasi na from where you come from baby are free enra. I know, said the New Patriotic Party with the cocoons and some you had a press conference and all. I don't know whether you would want to touch on it briefly before we delve into our main conversation, because it's become a conversation as you say, baby, can be. The NDC is saying that your government is shortchanging farmers in this country.
You will say, entire for means son, entire His Excellency. The President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Michiano no pay baby or be a Michiano. And say, why yet near yan to me for 50 years. 50 years near Yanya Coco increase say that 50 good years. And now I mean, you can say comparatively, no share your Coco Ghana aban etua ho ka chain every country in West Africa. Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Infanyina, Cote d'Ivoire, no crow, aban and so monasi. Inti omo no moya omade. So price no to be cost ro cra che Ghana de na we dey compare hanu ni aye ma ye kwafo ansan e price na 2,308 cedis no. I think say ye the highest in West Africa, and in the last 50 years it is the highest. Now ye do no more NDC for there me say I am shishie ni otan hunu ni ye can say nti na omo keka sa asem no. As idea am want to me aye a obi abeye. What is your problem? Nanka omo kasan enra no na what I was expecting to know ni say nanka omo no omo what sa eyi baby ejina yanka dey nanka omo betimi aye efa cocoa price so because I know so omo to me increase say na increase omo nye NDC enye da as omo di omo say ade a be che obi say bibia free SHS kro omo say bibia free kra nye say ya omo say nye they will not do it enti nanka omo che say nanka eye yem ye ne eti so anka say ne be calculate and I say ne de be ma ekuafo. I was sad yesterday meet you omo enra upoku in the sense say omo kasa asif na cocoa farmers no under them no now they were living in heaven. Yet kroma na cocoa farmers them be at a point to cry no wusu no person who call demonstrations under NDC. We saw them. Cocoa farmers were even west of. Yeah, massa. Everything that you talk about this government, so obviously social media now, they know what is happening. And more someone send you a share from 2017. Bana at the range hit the whole world. And the whole world, and I so far, there's no single economy in this world. And now we can say, I bet me nice. There's no single economy. There's no single country in this world also and inflation and cost. A cost to the point say UK cry at a point. I will say a cost in the last 40 years in the cost that sir. The wealthiest of nations of Maya Ewosika my beer cry in the world cry were suffering under COVID and Ukraine war, including America, Germany, Obia suffer all over the world. Now I had the Amanyo Semuntino na don't quite you can say magic. As if your mama etiswa she see ye na ye da sumu 5 years. She see na ye kati allowances, teachers allowances, nurses allowances, book and research allowances for lectures. Ye bre ye nya at the highest rate of unemployment. Emma mobu kra na omu free university. Ebe for mu university ye can graduate unemployers association. Ye ti krom ha under John Mahama. Na udi be compare ye die. Cocoa and sky ye di mom. The best farmer last year or so, best farmer. 2018 or so. He's been in cocoa farming all his life. Na ni happy na nui on who be that. Or he been the same thing. They've started all over the country. Omu heli near Ebano. No matter how you look at it. No matter how you look at it.
But can someone consider it as a propaganda? Taking a look at people are expressing concern about the value of the increment, and not how huge it is. It may be a better case, but if we are to take into consideration inflationary figures here, Sikanwa, Yadiato so on Sika, as a de impuntu bia ebeba a year Timamufo Abrabum. So, for example, there was a reporter making here in this newspaper, the Business Finder, I would say, farmers paid 70.03 of 2006 dollars FOB. NDC farmers paid 61.71% of 2,950 FOB. Now, if you're to take the NPP 70.03 of $2,600 and factor in inflation, which now stands a little above 40%, and you take that off the NDC's 61.71%, as of that time, inflation was 17.43%. So, which of these Sikano and an Evalonu was wrong?
I mean, sure. Say, Sano Bese Econoa, Anka, it is I think it's the best. Until this external shocks ni be hit a yewo single digit no. That time no dey no man cancer. Because it was single digit no. You were around 7% inflation no. Exchange rate in so form no. I don't know man cancer. Your boy Samrani say your economy was the fastest growing economy in the world between 2017 to early 2020. Now, way bibi na esiama inflation akodu bebe edui. And a second lens so no, nanka yan tumunsu na anu ye anka. Eda bebe eda no so e. Yan tumu na anu ya yan tumu jump leaf a yedi mo omu yi. A omu anya relief omu a omu ka no. NDC person omu ka say debi. And omu si debi ya maye mu kraman to me maye bibi sada. NDC person e bastardize no. Yan tumunsu anka. That's number 2. Number 3, ese ye bisa ye hu say, me can be earlier on say, nanka omu no muti so anka den no mu beye under these circumstances. NDC den nanka on beye because obi anim baby e wo ene mini wo kase yi ami akoy IMF ama ene no ye ma ye hu so kakra CD no stabilize since February or January CD no stabilize sa en koso eninam 11 money 12 money about to under 11 neninam ehonomo, which is very good for business, which is very good. Government be very proud of it, and we are praying say beba for more yenso yenim ne enti asidi no call ya to dollar forest no call ya to almost 17 cedis say nya ban na sorry e penezi e kono sa e ye yasa fa na nyina at the point na dollar kra ho de be che pound sterling ni euro for the first time in the history of this world. Dollar benya hondi kurache euro any British pound. If I'm lying, you say I'm lying. There's no whichever way NDC looks at it, we are not the same. Under this circumstance, NDC na otiso na COVID hiti ama Ukraine war bet to aswanka ye be yini panam.
How do you say so?
Oh yes, because they are incompetent. That one day they don't have the men. Even your crop for can say episode mujina presidential aspirants, all the 10 of them. If any one of them was to be in NDC, Anka Jomama will have a good run for his money. Not Kobradi for me. Let's with all due respect. Not all. Why Kobradi for you? Masa, he will have a good run for his money. Look at the last 10.
You're saying they don't have the men.
They don't have.
But you have the men.
We have the men.
So I never wanted us to go on
no,
that.
We have to go because,
on that tangent.
No, we will go.
But
because every single idea of a boss you point to in this country today was either done by Kufuor or Nanadu. Every single intervention, every single thing you mention, and if you give me time, I will read all. Why they are not getting jobs today. Because of what the NDC did to this country.
So you have the men, the NPP.
We have the men. That is why you see a basic jubilee as near. See, that's why I see a very free SHS near. Yeah. You better see one district, one factory. You see, you better say you better expand the railway line. Yeah. Near almost to me in this country, who listening in everything that today, or my benefit, you can point to. Ghana this year air benefit was done by us. Show me just one. If it's one factory that NDC has built, just
fund.
Oh, massa. Yeah, can't be idea. Mention again. Everything getting national youth employment, national say one district, one one constituency, one ambulance. Everything that you mention in this country, we have the men. BBC, Ghana for, and you all know, and you are living testimonies. And then you will be away. Until the cocoa farmers are seeing it. They know too well. Say, we are coming from somewhere. Or maybe in this world is struggling. And then many will say, unless you don't travel, Ghana is still the shining star in the whole of West Africa. Oh, yes.
What makes Ghana the shining star in the whole of Africa?
There's no single Ghanaian. Sorry, I find it back. Edin in Tumabe Gumu say, me ko akope juma wo Burkina Faso. Me ko Mali, me ko Niger, me ko Togo, me ko Cote d'Ivoire, me ko Benin, me ko Liberia, me ko Nigeria. There's no single Ghanaian youth there, sir. But all of them are coming into Ghana. You travel across this border and enter just Togo here, you will return in 1 hour. I'm telling you, with all the hardships that you follow, no, you want money. Ghana is still doing better. Obeka say, "Omai ma yedi." Yes, yejitum. Nyama boy yedi kakra. Yes, yejitum. But it is there. Usabeka which me ato akoto bibia o pese auto. Even in some places, you have to even queue for fuel. Petrol, you have to queue for it, and they are saying it. And yet, boapoyoni political lens ayashanka. Ghana is still the shining star under this circumstance. Now, Abisa will say, "John Mama ne tiswanka." Ye yini panam. Ghana mebo enjoying free kruma. Ombeko Burkina and Kuramunya Ombeko under John Mahama. And we know it. We all know it. We saw it. Actually, see a crana. O my economy pasca ya yesi yanko senti ni yanko boano. Yanko boa John Mahama. Ni yanko se ni ebe economy no. Now she see you. There's no COVID. And now up to 4 years here koi. 3.5 years here 4 years. There's no Ukrainian war. Supply chain in our kate. Eduane a ese ba, fertilizer ese ba, bibia ese ba, yenso ni ese edi ko amanone a bebrebe no enko to Ukraine and Russia. Ene ye ho akiri re. John Mahama ni NDC say nanado enye magic. This is the difference.
So you say Ghana is the Chinese, but I mean let's get to where you were mentioning. Said indeed you have the men, and that in Puntua. The New Patriotic Party.
Oh yes.
And at Dubai.
Oh yes.
So mention the picture you're painting as we speak now.
Yeah.
And it said the NDC has never done anything at all.
I'm not saying they've never done anything.
But if you say your government, the NPP, under former President Kufuor and Anase Nana Dankwa Kufuor, and so it tells you that then the NDC did nothing. No, the NDC has done nothing.
Maybe yes, and it's good. Say we'll be sasa question. Say be clear the minds of Omo Mutie. Abai biaba obey lorry coin. Anami boa. Abai biaba obey school adan. Obey school adan. Abai biaba obesi hospital. But yesu school adan change. John Mahama nana do I see school adan change John Mahama. Nana ado aye lorry coin change. Nana ado aye hospitals air chain. Nana ado aye bibi obebo so no. Eno no so no aye will call duty, will responsibility no as a government. Obia masa wo a uti hoyi. Ye di ukotra hono as president a. Eto a ye be gidi ama wo ni ka we can say loan a ye be kwa akodi ama wo. Udi be we mu nyina. But say ube thinking outside the box. That's why they don't have the bed.
So you promised to take us from taxation to production. Have you done that?
We are doing it.
Have you done that?
If we are building factories across the country.
But you are introducing more taxes as we speak now.
Oh no, not more taxes. We are about 17 new sand taxes.
So what was the value of the new sand taxes Samuyi free and the taxes that you have introduced?
When you go to Makola, ask Kaya she will tell you that every morning she has to pay 1 cedi then. It could have been 10 or 5 cities today if Mama was to be in power. Say a year free honor.
How do you know that?
Every morning say omutia. You have to pay and san obe.
But you're making a projection, Alaji.
No.
So the price would have been increased.
Oh, by now say 1 cedi and yes kebia. Be almost time no. Kaya you know tuya 1 cedi no. It's as if what gene is seeking you friend inside the whole day. But obetua 1 tuya want to mean suya kaya no. So cra that receipt no. Udi abi so bia ohu omo abi so omo no ma chichire omo tuma no ye chi omo a tax force no mo ya idi a chire say ye airport tax say ye taxes bebre on estate any nyama bebre mo kra list no ha no which is about 21 new sound taxes ye ni na free ho no na masa ene who ka about ye levy say ye the ye levy ye mfa ni say example ye the levy tax abana bi so who say Ghana yentua tax baby any ho bia peto eto otua enye Ghana pay but Ghana ni yentua kra ye de yentua kra until ye buy no just about I think 3% of the Ghanaian in etua tax ena ya maso akwesro pa nansu bisa ho se ena baby ayedu yi a eto die eye di na obia jampo akọ abefo kwan so a odi ye ni business the whole world obia akọ to yi level ansa na ebe kọ no na o mai bebre akọ wa
o man be ni o man be no makọ
oh my bebre even Africa we know of list no man fan but we know of Uganda, we know of Kenya at a point, we know of about
omo rate to say
eno na ese obisame yes because ye start here baby the call cry the above to 1% anameboa 1 cedi or so
yes
1 cedi or so inti
1% of the transactions not 1 cedi
okay inti emfano sa ebia 10 cedi I say 1 cedi na afi so inti na me can say 1 cedi inti wanye ne sa na untumi ndito ese so bia eton nyama kra wo phone su ebi ye business wo phone su ye can say moto eyi a ye de aduane kon ni nyina asese akọ abefo kwes nti how do you raise ewa NDC manifesto mu so mu ba ya anka omu be introduce VAT it is in their manifesto ayenso ewa ya manifesto mu be esan say enye omu na omu introduce aye ne eye nti no enye these are the things. Wow, are we doing it? Say because enye mi na metis no anka o man no Ghana should collapse and I said and now is it because a car be free ho no ma ba no e be boa wo opponent we party no or the be puntu ejuma ami aka say we dey umba power nti na we say na
so alad you are justifying say eto no a masan de atoto ho a manfo kasa about it no the right approach for you to have taken because say jetua wo man mu a nipa ketua bi netua na oje a den no is that the justification for DNT we've seen a number of new taxes?
Not necessarily a number of new taxes. Say is it 3 or so? A number.
No,
thing has to do with say introducing new taxes.
There is COVID. There is COVID-19 levy. There is COVID-19 levy. Any child levy. Any child. VAT has been increased over a period of time.
Yes,
now, even when we go into the petroleum sector, there are a couple of increments among some of the components of the petroleum price build up. So, there is e-levy. Emoji. And as we speak now, we introduce a bet tax,
which is done everywhere.
Well, nobody's
done everywhere. They pay.
But nobody's arguing. Yes. Nobody is arguing about that.
Let me tell you.
The question that I'm asking is, okay. Alaji, you promised the Ghanaian people, so you pick them from taxation. Monfa eto, and conquer to so.
That is true.
We will be productive enough to get more revenues from our productivity. So they be a Ghana for who bet me aha one more. And at least if even we are paying taxes, people know say okay, they are being put into productive ventures. Into unipan benya farmer be say obit me tax. But that's not what we are seeing. That's the question that I'm asking you.
No, that's exactly what we are seeing because that's how we started. From 2017, I tax in free until after 2020. MZN introducing new taxes. Now yes, it's factories. Near beer jumemu, near fanapco for over 100,000 graduates. I employ a backlogger. The former president Mills and Mahama Ejai to Honomo for 5 to 7, 8 years or 1 year jumaye. Near Rupo Bia on board. Near yes, Jumayina. And don't can't say people should consider where we are coming from. It's not out of nothing. And yes, starting say ebia yedi bibi nsubeba and or maybe any hoa apart from time you move from taxation to production say obi antu tax. Even in America you pay so much tax. Utilities nkwa water bill, light bill anyway ebedi usike nyina. In Germany the same thing. Or maybe any yasimwa untu tax. Into when he says that he's not saying say because of enuntino usiesi a bicycle and I say uye obia urando okada we untu tax. That's not what he means. Now see nanu akosi boni fine because we want to do things differently and we started doing it. I'm a Ghana for will testify to it. And now ye makwen bisa who say enye free SHS anka ye bie kwan a awufo a ye complaining about sesiken ni ho adwuma ni ho yi Nankoko pay 3,500 cedis, 35 million, 25 million. You be a in 2 weeks' time. Oko to any world school fees. Oko fani way. Na abain biaba. Osima fa. Let's not joke with these things that the government is giving us back. Let's not joke with it. Say textbooks kra osima fa. Ubanu me manu eduane anope yue enyumre. Masa, we are joking with something that God has given this leadership. And we need ma back to Ghana for. Nanka anda mahama nka we unina obetua o. Ansa na wabetua ti say almost 21 new sound taxes no. Utia condom tax. Sebi ade nchi but a tax John Mahama introduced. Tell me I'm a liar.
But you also have put a 20% tax on sanitary pads.
Oh, master.
And you consider that as a luxury. You have 20% tax, mebwa. But you're making a comparison.
Yes,
so if you're looking at your
Master, I don't know how you look at you can say condom and how you look at sanitary. But I'm making my point. John Mahama introduced tax or the tax to Catalas. So, and I catch him say you are a liar. I queer for I di kofu Catalas or the tax too. So, if I'm lying, into massa, the comparison really ube ya so ube who say we are far better off. A ban would be more ube fan 1-to-1 any NDC. We are better off than they are. In everything, in every sector of this economy. Ukwa, this is a government. Why you waiting just to say mebuonu benya baby aye. Tell me in the last 50 years, say you assemble car Ghana na. In the last 50 years, since a champion's time, aye new plan Ghana. Tell me if any government have brought any company, whether within or without, and only a Juma esi ebemo ebimukura be yewa hanomono. We are assembling Nissan vehicles here in Ghana. Aren't we doing it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, assemble Toyota in Ghana. Yeah, assemble VW. Mu who street to Kwansun and say ni VW ni Toyota ni Nissan. Ningina yeye no Ghana. Under His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. These are employment to the youth. These are employment. Ebi awu ando so a enu nkyere say ye ma wo adwuma as compared to John Mahama. I want to me amma obi adwuma. Odi ehun su ball IMF nti no conditionality no e kyere say on to me for obi adwuma. Nti John Mahama dey ba no job creation dey oni onka ho kra. Edu baby oni Pelpo Rashid Pelpo MP for Wa Central or is it Wa West? E can say mebu awie university no man adwuma anya e na no ebihi kra. Esan say bush wo hono ukọ wure ho na otwitwa enwura bi begu lorry kwan ho a obi a oye moa beto na wanya sika ana ukọ sa abo every forest mu kakra begu lorry kwan mu a obi twam a so beto ka tell me say omun kan. You tell me say people never mention it when he was asked about NDC not being able to
so no, they've said it. And yes. They've also lied about a year they've not told Ghanaians the truth, let me put it that way. That's about employment figures in this country. Yeah. And those were some of the reasons in Ghana for GDO MPP
and that is exactly what we are
and
doing.
They are expecting say
yes
as we speak now.
Yeah. Masa, after 2020, Masa, let's not run away from it. Let no NDC convince you. No government those listening to me, sorry, because you are asking the question.
Yes.
So now go ahead to say me. David. Me nuanum omo amutie mi. Emma NDC for dadamu. Ni aban afam. Aban bie ni ho in this country from Nkrumah time afam. No government. I've always said say a fine gentleman Wabo Juma in the annal history of this country. His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. But he is also the unluckiest president. Because ononkwa COVID baye now over almost how many 30 times or so. No ni kasa muame metumi aye say mumi yenye say. Yenya leaders ada. He showed leadership. Or chensu or chekania or yesay ye che aduane or pe COVID vaccine. Send ye be ya, ye be wo Ghana for, oh yeah, now he was showing leadership.
But these things we are paying back.
Sometimes, yes, it's true. These are questions that people will ask outside. They say, so you have to ask me. So it's not you that I'm talking to. So, Masa, you call a difficult timer. Then you know Dani and what he says soldier for. When he say you walk COVID the mono, then you know we have to go like an army, a unit Ghanaians, instead of fellow Ghanaians. Mumi and come together and fight this hidden enemy. And that's exactly what we do. Into a bad times, you who behind kakrana, then we all also sacrifice a bit. There's no government in the world that makes money in sacrificing. Yes, there's no government. Obeka say, inti nanka COVID UAE, no that's who my so free, or that's who my Canadian free, or that's who debi. This is the timer. Yengina sube boa. Esanse bane sana no mainu boka. Every country in the world boka. And do those difficult times, boka.
There is an argument that you made more money from COVID than a kaya boy.
As I say, you be
COVID-19.
You be account for parliament. It's Ghana for the ladies can you be account. Into omumran chair say, and a ha sikeno send your more scanoni. Send your more yenny. Because Mimi Kaipa say Ebola by no crana amba Ghana. Amanonu esisa sika puduo edima John Dramani Mahama. So on 5 boy who buy 1 year she wa Ghana.
Sika nom de man.
I will get it for you. I don't know if those listening to me can send it to me. Millions of dollars. But I know you know it. So on find ye camp wa hanomo. Non fan bo Ghana who buy. Non fan boa West Africa you know. But COVID, Ebola, it was only in Liberia, Sierra Leone, and a Kakra Kowra. Nigeria, just about 4 deaths in Nigeria. Liberia and Sierra Leone. Sikano wahe, why account at Robi? Oh yeah, but we have done it. And I yen sunu krano, yes, spend this cano. Ghana ni biabe will say yes, COVID is cano ni spend it. During COVID time, you have far health workers than any government in history, and it's continuing. At that point, now COVID hit here so hard, you know. Your finances almost 24,000. Frontline workers are air nursing for no. Your allowance, baby. COVID is a canon, massa.